Okay, Shameless. So, jump right in. I remember getting an email for Shameless, and usually with some of the email, it's just straight go to casting director, and you go in the room, you, casting director, camera, film, boom. They usually take the video, give it to a director, producer, and they decide, and you come back in and do it all over again. This particular one, it was straight to director, producer, audition. So that means that the director, producers, the writers all will be in that room on that day of the audition. Now, it was Shameless. So the thing with Shameless, like the production office is out of the Warner Brothers studio lot. So I had to go to Warner Brothers studio lot to audition. So cool for me because I'll either get there early or I stay after just to poke my head around Warner Brothers. 'Cause you don't get to go around the lot any other time and just like free roam. Because usually if you own that lot, you in part of a tour and you got to stay part of the tour. You just can't go wander off. But when you audition, you can go whatever the heck you want to the commissary, whatnot, to the studio shop, store, all that stuff. So you can go wherever you want to without being whatever because you got your pass, you're going. So I usually like to get early, but I usually mostly stay late because like the Big Bang Theory shoots there, Conan, Ellen. Most other stuff is there, shoots as well too. So just going around being nosy, yeah. So I remember getting there that day. Well, I got there early just because dude John Levy, nice cat, but just don't be late. It's just a thing because if you miss your slot for your group, you're done. Nothing. No, you can't go. Type kind of thing. So understandable. Time is money, all that great stuff like that. So got there early. So I got to see who, so usually you don't get to see who the other people are that is in the role, because usually on mostly of the casting stuff is usually you get there, you sit down, you probably like the only one there, one or two, or another person might be there. And it's just in and out, in and out, in and out. So you don't see everybody. And usually they call in like 15, 20 people. And this one, John, for my role, I know they called in 3 people because literally we were all on a thing for that role, and it was just 3 of us. So it was me, dressed just normal, everyday, average me, dressed like this. And then it was this other black dude who was more like the Rastafarian-ish type kind of look. Definitely hair, structurally, just straight look Rastafari. And the other dude was like a bigger, burly, like white guy, bald. So first time I ever seen like a range of different people for one role. So that was cool. So I remember my turn, I go into the room and I remember seeing people on the couch. Didn't know who exactly was who other than of course John, but like I didn't know who was on the couch. At this moment where I was in my headspace, I really didn't care. I cared, but at the moment it just didn't matter to me at the current moment because I just wanted to deliver what I had to say. So literally, I walk into the room. John introduces me saying, "This is Dontrail." I say, "Hey," next thing you know, go. And it surprised me so much that, I think it actually helped the character in when delivering the lines and stuff like that. And literally finished saying what I had to say, said bye, gone, out, left. Nothing, it probably was like, maybe less than a minute or a little bit over a minute, and I was done. I was out. So I left, and then that's when I just free roamed around Warner Brothers and stuff like that because Warner Brothers, Harry Potter, all that stuff like that. Stuff is in the store. They got a bunch of stuff. It's just all in there. So I just kind of free roamed around the studio lot or whatnot like that. The best I can. Because if I got it, I got it. If I didn't, then hey. So I leave, and I think so. It was later that night. they made the decision because, like I said, the casting director and producer, all of them were there. So it was straight to that. So they just can straight make the decision. And I get the call saying, hey, you got the part. It was like, but there was a little bit more. I was like, oh, I said, what happened? They said, John put a reply, said something. So the cat, and I mean, you can ask anybody. You rarely hear any feedback on an audition type kind of thing. But what John said was the fact that this kid is better than this role that he's getting right now. He's much, much, much better. And that he was excited for me and stuff like that. And like, I was excited because I'm like, this dude is a casting director for this Emmy-nominated show, and for him to say that was really cool. So I was excited, very excited for the show. So soon as everything got the going, signed all the paperwork, did what I needed to do, bang, I'm on board. Next email I get was from Wardrobe to come into Wardrobe. So same thing, Wardrobe, Warner Brothers lot, going to Warner Brothers lot. So I walk into Wardrobe, and Wardrobe, I mean, there was probably me like 20 or 30 seamstresses just like going at it on these clothes. I walk into this room. There's like, okay, your room's over there. I walk into this room with the costume designer, and it literally was like a room. I want to say maybe like 5 feet long ways, and maybe like, maybe 5 feet wide and maybe like 10 feet long. And all down the sides was just clothes tailored to me. And there was a mirror right in front. And all I was doing was just taking off clothes, trying on clothes and stuff like that this whole time in the thing, just trying to, until we got settled on the right thing and whatnot. And boom, I left. So went out of that. Then next thing you know, I get another email, not same day, but a little bit later, I get another email from the props department. So the props department needed a photo of me, just a regular normal photo of me and stuff. So I sent them a few copies of that. Boom. Send a waiver to send over that is now property of Warner Brothers and all that stuff like that. So next, I start getting emails from like the whoever was in charge of the scripts and like I don't know exactly what the role was, but whoever's in charge of giving out scripts. So there was like a few scripts that go out in case it was revisements and all that stuff like that. So I'm just getting all these emails with these different scripts. So seeing all the scripts for the episode and everything. And so mind you, TV shows, if they're not shot on like in front of a studio audience, like in a like basically, yeah, if it's not shot in front of a studio audience, it's shot like on locations. So it takes maybe like 7, 8, 9 days to shoot one episode. So so they were there shooting the episodes, and had the picture and stuff like that. I had a picture of me before my day came. So so day came. I got the location, all that stuff like that. We had a night shoot. So I was there. I had a night shoot, and I remember going leaving super early to go down because it was in San Pedro, and getting down there on the docks and stuff like that, and getting to location, pull up, and production comes and meets me. He's like, hey, Dontrail. I was like, yo, you're a little early and stuff, but I was like, hey, just beating trick, trying to get him in front of traffic. He's like, nope, totally understand. It's like, you're good to go. Your paperwork is in there on the desk and everything like that. You're set up over there. I was just like, what set up over there? I didn't know what they were talking about. So she's like, oh, you know what? She's like, I'll take you over there. So I go over, and this is the first time I had my own trailer, like a trailer to myself, where it was like couch. There was a microwave, there was TV, there was surround sound stereo with CD player, there was a bathroom with a shower in there, there was a desk. There was the refrigerator was stocked with water. It's just, it was just, I had my spot. It was cool. So I was freaking out when we got that. And so I signed all the paperwork, gave it back to her and stuff like that. So now I always say that Shameless was the most nervous and the most bestest day ever because of this. So, finished doing the paperwork, all that stuff like that. I didn't want to sit in my trailer because I know I got there early, so I kind of wanted to just kind of go around and see what else is on, around and stuff like that, and other people from the show if they, just walking around, just getting some exercise. So I remember I had to go inside of hair and makeup. So I go inside of hair and makeup, and you know what? Let's reverse that. So as I'm walking around, I'm not gonna say any names, but I seen one of the main characters. He was sitting on a stoop smoking a cigarette, and it was just me and him and the whole thing. So I was just like, "Hey, man, I'm Dontrail. I'm here for the day," and literally all I got was, I was just like, "For real? Like that's how we gonna do it?" Like, oh, okay. I literally looked. I was like, had my hand out. I'm like, okay, and I just kept walking, kept stepping. So a little moments later, the person who was next to me in the trailer next to me, they came. They had a little dog and stuff like that. They spoke, said hey, whatnot. They weren't the main character. I think they were reoccurring. But as I'm petting the dog, this same dude was calling to the dog, "Get from over there!" Like, ain't nobody hurting the dog. Like, the dog, get from over there. I'm like, the dog was just right. The girl had no problem, whose dog it was. She had no problem. She saw what the dog was. It wasn't like they were in a far vicinity or something. He was right there in the immediate vicinity, so whatever. So then I go in hair and makeup, and those two were in there with the dog. And the hair and makeup lady turns around and was like, "Well, who are you?" I was like, is that how we greet people? Like, really? I don't know her name. I don't know, but I'm just like, I'm Dontrail. I'm here for the day. I'm a day player. They told me to come in and make sure everything was. Oh. Well, hold on one second. This is more important. She then turns around with a phone, goes like this on the ground and takes a picture of a dog. I was like, did you just really tell me this was more important? Like, really? So at this point, I'm scared and nervous as shit because I don't know how the rest of this is gonna go, especially when it's my turn up, to shoot. So I leave out of there just like, oh, this ain't gonna be good. So I go back to the girl in production. I was like, hey, is there some food around? It's like, I mind if I go, if I get some food, or grab some food or something like that. So I'm thinking, I don't know what I just wanted some food. So they had a whole van come and pick me up, take me to where they were shooting the location at, and all the food was at, and it was just food galore. So I literally just like stuffed everything I could in my shirt pockets, everything, to bring back to eat the scaredness away out of what just happened between the dude and the makeup lady or whatnot like that. So I'm just like, So get back to the trailer, just munch all this stuff is gone. So I'm just like, I pray, because my scene was with Emmy Rossum. And I was just like, I pray that she ain't like that. So I hear some voices outside, and I look out my trailer, maybe like an hour or so later. It's Emmy. She gets there, and she's talking to the dude, because he's another main character. So I'm just like, whatever. But me and Emmy have hair and makeup together at the same time. So I'm just looking at the watch, boom, it's time to go. So I go, hair and makeup, totally new people, not the same ladies, new people. I have my own lady, and Emmy has her own guy. So I go and I sit in, and I'm just like, I'm just ain't gonna say that because I don't know. I have no idea how this is gonna go, so I'm just not gonna say that. I'm just sitting in a chair and just talk to my makeup person, hair and makeup person. So I sit in the chair, introduce myself to my hair and makeup person. Emmy just like out of the blue, "Oh my God, hey, how are you doing? We've been we had your picture for the last week. It's so glad to finally meet you and all this. I'm Emmy, this is my hair and makeup person, such and such. we're just gonna have a great time. And I'm just like, hey, like just totally threw me in a loop. Just like, oh my goodness, whew, I didn't think that was gonna go great, but it did. She was cool, nice, New York kind of accent and everything like that. But real sweet girl, real sweet. So, another note, my hair and makeup person did not know how to deal with this. And it was kind of funny. Like, I'm like, you're in hair and makeup. Ain't you supposed to know how to deal with all kind of... Didn't know what to do. So I literally had to take and show what I do for my hair. And it was short. It was short at the time. So I just told her I just brush it, you know, and I don't know, put something on it, like some cocoa butter or something. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't matter. It just depends on who you are and what you put on your head. I don't. So yeah, so that was funny. But I leave out of hair and makeup, go back, get dressed and wore my stuff. So I see that it's about time for me to leave and stuff like that. So I was getting a little nervous because nobody came out yet. So I went back to the hair and makeup trailer. Emmy was in there, and I was like, hey, Emmy, I was like, do you know usually what time we should start? And she was just like, oh, they're just a little late, things like that. She's like, don't worry. She's like, I'll make sure they come and get you. Emmy got me. Okay, Emmy got me. I'm good. I'm totally good. So I go back, and then maybe like 15, 20 minutes later, they come. I'm ready. I'm dressed. I get in, and I go to set. So I go to set, and as soon as I get to the set, I get out the van, and I see this dude. I see the familiar face, one of the faces that was on the couch, and it was the director, and his name was Peter Segal. Now, Peter Segal directed The Longest Yard, the new one, with Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, all that stuff like that. He also did 50 First Dates. He did Tommy Boy. He did that new Second Act with Jennifer Lopez as well. And I think he did another one. It's called like Spy Something with Dave Bautista that's coming out pretty soon. So yeah, nice dude. Came over to me, shook my hand, say, hey man, I loved your audition, all that stuff like that. He's like, I'm glad you're here. So first they mic'd me up, and then he takes me over here, and I had a stand-in. So where my stand-in was at, we just kind of talking about what's happening in the scene, what's going on, what he wants me to do, and stuff. And at that moment, Emmy drives up in this dress, looking good as shit. And we all just sitting there talking about the scene, how it's going, and they asking me about my ideas with it. I'm blown away because I'm just where I am, who I'm talking to and collaborating with on this show of this magnitude. So we get everything, and we start shooting. So first, before we start shooting, the first thing I always ask, he was like, hey, we usually like to shoot the rehearsals. We usually like to shoot the rehearsals because we might capture it there. No problem, no fine thing. So what my thing is my back is turned to Emmy as she's walking by, and I'm supposed to know when she walks by to turn around and stop her. So it's kind of hard. So I'm just have to listen for the footsteps. So the first take, I'm gonna get turned around against the wall. I hear the footsteps, and I turn around and I deliver my lines. Fucked that up because it was the camera guy. And then it's like when she passed, then I just kept in it and I just delivered the lines again. But, it was the same thing. So it was just pretty much that, delivering the lines, and it was just different takes. So after we finished that first camera shot, it was just like, okay, second team up, first team out. So me and Emmy go around the corner, sitting over there by the snacks and stuff like that, and just kind of chilling. And what we're doing, we're just sitting there just waiting for them to set up the next shot. And there's this guy. So I don't know what it was, PA, something, whatnot like that. So of course, apparently he's been on the show for a little bit. And Amy asked him, what are you doing after, the show? He was like, oh, I'm going to go check out the local bitches. And he had an accent, I think Australian. He said, check out the local bitches. And I looked over, and I looked at her. I kind of looked at her, and I looked at him. And she was like, oh, you mean the local dames? He was like, no, the local bitches. And I was just like, oh, I don't think he get it. I really don't think he gets it. And I'm just like, this dude just did it. And then he kept saying it, and she was just like, you might mean dames, girls, babes, chicks. You mean that sort of thing? He was like, no. He's like, this guy knows what I'm talking about. And I look at him and just like, what? So first thing Emmy says was just like, what? You gonna say he only knows what? He knows what you're talking about, what? Because he's black? This dude's face went from white to red to just pure white. Just done. She put him on the spot out for real. I'm dying laughing. I'm laughing my ass off at him. And from that, me and her clicked. Like, it was, me and her were just like, we were best of buds. So we get back over there and we just shooting jokes, everything like that, as we're shooting in between takes and stuff like that. The funnest thing ever. Funnest. So we finish up. It takes us maybe like 30, 45 minutes. We finish up. And she comes over, walks over, and the first thing she says, she's just like, hey, she was like, it was a pleasure working with you. And she's like, I hope they bring you back because it was fun working with you and stuff. And I told her, I was like, thank you so much. I was like, it was definitely a pleasure working with you as well. And I asked her, I was like, do you mind if we get a picture back at the, when we get back? And she was like, yeah, of course, definitely. Boom. So director comes up, same thing. Pete is just like, man, hey, he was like, great job. He's like, I hope they bring you back. He was just like, it was great, man. He's like, you did a great job. I'm like, okay, so I'm on a high right now. So I pulled down some of the posters off the thing and whatnot as well too. We're all in the van and we're going back and we're in this conversation. I'm like, yo, I'm in this van with like Pete, Emmy, and all this other, it's just like a dream come true. So we get back to where our trailers are, stuff like that. Emmy goes to hers, I go to mine. I'm on the high. Taking all my stuff, hanging it up, my clothes, all that stuff like that. Kind of just like soaking in that I still got my trailer type kind of thing. And as I'm in the trailer, I hear this knock. And I'm like, who the hell is that? I was like, oh, probably wardrobe. So I go open it up. It's Emmy. So she drove all the way around her car. I forgot about the picture. She was like, we go take this picture or what? So she comes in, man, and we just shoot this thing, talking about the dude again at the thing, just like ramming on him and stuff. And we take the picture, and man, she leaves. And dude, I mean, she didn't have to do that. She really didn't have to do that, but she did. I graced her heart, man. She literally drove her car, parked it right in front of my trailer, man, and that was cool. And I appreciate that for her for doing that, because that highlighted the night like big time and stuff. So yeah, man. So that was the day. Now, for the actual full scene that I shot, it actually got edited out of the show. I didn't find out till like the week before the episode aired, which sucked. But that's how cable TV kind of works, But the picture remained there and stayed there and everything like that. So, but I still got paid full for everything, so I got that money. Which was funny too. The paychecks actually came with a Bugs Bunny picture on it, so that was pretty dope. Which I'm pretty sure you get paid by Disney, you get Mickey Mouse on there. So yeah, man, like that day of Shameless was just, it was great. It was good, man. It was a first not network TV, because network TV is a cable television show. Great, man. I had the blast. Like I said, it was good and the bad and stuff like that. But I mean, it is what it is, and it happened how it happened. But yeah, man, I wouldn't change it for anything, man. And I'm hoping to get to work with Pete again and Emmy. So let's get on that. But yeah, but that was my day. That was the day shooting Shameless. I'm trying to think, did I forget anything with it? But I don't think so. But greatest time, one of the greatest time experiences, from auditioning to actual shooting, everything out there. So hope you enjoyed that one. I'll get into, I don't know what the next episode will be. It might be some of the it might be some of the auditions. So I don't talk about my auditions when I go. I don't put, got an audition. I audition for some pretty big stuff that y'all probably know, but I just didn't get it and type kind of stuff like that, because I didn't want people, did you get, no, nah. So I might be getting to that next. So hope you enjoyed this Shameless episode.